Hello, everyone. It's all about learning, but welcome to the first episode of a new stream that I am doing called Jibber with Jarvis, a deck building experience. And today's guest is CptAwsmSauce. So, the plan for this stream is we're going to build a commander deck. How we're going to build it is we're going to do the random commander using EDHREC. Captain will go and have an opportunity to respin. He has to use one of the first three choices that he spins. Once he spins again, that choice he had is gone forever. So if on the third spin, that's what he's stuck with.
Oh shit!
Now there is
Do
gonna
you have
be
any
one.
colors you're looking?
Any colors?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
don't know if he wants. No, if he's looking for a specific build.
oh,
What's up, Antonio? I'm doing good.
we're
I'm
doing
here.
good. Um,
He made me put a face camera on and never use it ever.
the second part of this is we're gonna choose whether there's a budget or no budget. If it comes back budget, well, that's just for if it comes back no budget, Captain can build however he wants you for however much he wants. If he decides that he still wants to go and build a budget build, that's fine, but he doesn't have to. If it comes back budget, we will spin for the budget. It is going to be $25 intervals from $50 up to $200. And he would have to build within that budget. But before we start building,
I enjoyed it a whole lot, Antonio.
oh, I enjoyed it too. Before we start building and picking your captain commander, your commander captain.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh no, it's from 50 to 200. It's $25 intervals. I am not building a $25 deck.
Why? It's a
Uh,
little hard these days.
it is a little hard. Oh, and
I do.
because we could go and end up with a commander like Edgar Markov, when we mentioned Edgar Markov because he is one of the top uh, 10 commanders this week on EDHREC, but he's now like $250. For
What?
these, yeah, for these budget builds, it is not going to include the cost of the commander.
Ugh. All right.
But before we go and choose our commander captain, tell everyone who you are and anything you want to tell them about yourself.
I'm CptAwsmSauce. I play video games, play Magic. Not very well, but I do. Um, Sometimes I post as Pass the Turn MTG on YouTube, which I hope to get into as we go into the new year, expanding content and doing more things with this. Otherwise, just trying to build more, play more. It's also why I like playing budget because tearing a deck apart and building something new is less detrimental to your budget and your pocket when you're just grabbing cards you already have or building cheap cards. I am the captain of awesomeness.
Excellent.
That's pretty much it. I just exist.
Well, thank you for joining me and being my guinea pig for the first episode. Let's go and choose the commander. Our first option is Kalitas, Blood Chief of Get. It's 5 black, legendary vampire warrior, 5/5. For 3 black, you could tap and destroy target creature. If that creature is put into a graveyard this way, put a black vampire creature token onto the battlefield. Its power and toughness is equal to the creature's power, and its toughness is equal to that creature's toughness.
It's interesting. Let's roll another one. We got 3. I get 3. Do I get to roll all 3 and then?
No, if you roll
Oh,
off
it's
this, yeah, if you roll off this one's gone forever.
ooh, this is a tough one. It's a 7-drop commander, which is tough to get going. I do like the ability of being able to destroy a target creature and replacing it with a vampire, because that can target opponents' creatures as well for 3. That ability is good. Damn. I get shut down too much, so I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay. Second option is Midomai, the
Oh,
Ageless, 4, a white, and a blue. Legendary Sphinx. Flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, take an extra turn after this one.
Oh, I kind of wish we roll. I kind of wish we rolled the budget.
Yeah. It cannot attack
the,
during extra turns.
But you can flicker it, and it would be a new one, and then
Yes.
it could do. Sphinxes are fairly cheap too, so if we do get caught in a budget, so I kind of wish I knew what budget we were going with before we started.
Well, that's part of the fun.
It's a 6-drop, 4/4.
Actually,
Yeah,
no. I'm sorry. Actually, no. I'm wrong. Flickering in Home of the Host does not work because it says it can't attack during extra turns.
Oh,
so it recognizes that it's an extra turn. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That just clicked with me again.
That's right. That's right. Let's go for lucky number 3. Let's just see where we land. I don't like the door. I don't like the metaphor of what's behind the next door because I need to know.
Okay.
This is what we're getting stuck with.
This is what you're stuck with. Spinnerette, Arachnobat. 3, a black and a green. Reach. When it enters the battlefield, open an attraction. As long as you control 3 or more attractions, Spinnerette gets +2, +0, and has menace.
Right.
So this is what you're building.
All right, go. It'll be all right.
Here's something I'm going to tell you right now. I don't know much about this.
Enters the battlefield, open an attraction.
It's the attraction part.
Are attractions available, Commander?
There are Commander legal attractions, yes.
Oh, I have to Google this because I didn't participate in that set at all.
So how attractions work both in Commander and 60 card formats is there a separate deck of cards
that you can draw
that you shuffle up and you reveal from the top of that deck.
And these also add to the budget because you have to physically get those cards. They're cheap for the most part, right? Also, they look like 3 cents, 10 cents, 9 cents. I'm just looking at all the attractions real quick.
What I will say, if we pool a budget and there are expensive attractions, since it is a separate deck, I'm not going to count that towards the budget because that can be kind of depending on how much attractions are, which I don't know.
Infinity is goofy too,
and all attractions are Infinity, so you do have that.
No, I know. I was reading what Darth wrote.
Yeah. So let's go to budget now.
Good thing it's no budget. Oh wait, where is it at?
Budget.
Yeah. All right, let's roll a budget.
Building on a budget. Let's see how much the budget's going to be. Whee!
Spinnerette is Commander legal?
Yes.
Oof.
So
$50. Okay.
You're building a $50 budget brew of Spinnerette Arachnobat. Let me go get my Moxfield open.
All right. I'm probably gonna follow along while we're doing this.
I'm just gonna know Captain Spinner. Oh, no bat. No folders right now, but I'm just going to change this deck description while I'm remembering.
I think to start, Yeah, we gotta lay down our
But
forests.
let me go and close these. So I just have this, and now I'm gonna go like that.
Forest.
So
All right. I think the first thing.
while you're thinking of the first thing to do,
Yeah.
I do have the first question I do want to actually ask you. So it's going into your Magic journey as a Magic player. What was the first set you played, and when did you start
Mm,
playing?
I think. I think my first set I purchased were packs from our local mall. It was called Deals. I think it was Urza's Saga packs, but like the first set, like where I got like a booster box or more than just a couple packs was fifth edition.
Okay.
Um, it's like late '90s. I, I got that.
Yeah.
I was like sixth grade,
Yeah.
something like that. It was good times. I wish I kept all my Urza Saga stuff because I had a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I do have a lot of stuff, but I was mostly a black player. I wanted all the demonic looking stuff because the art is what drew you in. I mean, art is still great in Magic, but there's a certain nostalgia that comes with those old sets.
Yeah, I know. So for those of you that don't know, Captain and I are cousins, and he is the reason why I first started playing Magic, and a big reason as to why I got back into Magic again. And we shared the same thing of black being our favorite color when growing up. He grew out of it a little bit. I don't think I ever did.
Well, I played until I moved schools, and then when I moved up to where I live now, everybody was playing Pokemon, not Magic. I didn't. I had to give it up only because I didn't have anybody to play with. So I ended up collecting Pokemon for a little bit, but I never even played that. It was just because everybody watched Pokemon.
Yep.
It was, and then I got back into it probably just after high school, and then again just a couple of years ago.
Sounds good. Now, I know, give you some time to think. What are the first cards you want to add?
Well, just because I don't know where we're gonna go with it to help fill out those spaces, I like to lay down uh just the space for the manifold. I like the budget. Like I know we can go anywhere from 32 to 38 lands, but I like to do like just placeholder 35 lands. So like 18 forests and 17 swamps to start, and then we can adjust that later. But that gives us more of an idea of where we're at.
Yeah, I messed that up.
It's okay. Uh,
Let's go back to the deck list. Because I clicked the enter instead of waiting for it to go and do the drop down. Add
yeah.
more. And you want 17 swamps.
I mean, we're going to change these anyway. So if we bleed more black, I mean, we're going to
There
move
we
these
go.
up and down, and that doesn't include utility lands that we can get or anything. That's just usually where I start as a placeholder, so I know. But so we're looking for. That's only 36 cards, so we're looking for another 64 cards. We need to potentially look for,
Yep.
and we can move those. We can move those up and down. How's it going, Goose Demonic?
And I appreciate that, man. Really do. So we got, you want to have 35 lands as a baseline, adjusting it going forward, possibly.
Of course,
Uh,
I like to play a lot of red, and I tend to play lean, so usually that gets um put down to 30. What was it? I had a Krenko deck that was down to 28
yep.
lands, and it functioned. It worked.
That
It was
actually
probably
kind of led to my next question. What is your favorite color in Magic and why?
ooh. Surprisingly, I know you know me as a Goblin player. That was not the reason why I fell in love with red. Although Goblins was my go-to as soon as I came back to Magic in 2016. Uh, Karenko was my standard deck. And then I moved to wait. Was he? Yeah, he was my standard deck. Then I moved to I forget what the other goblin was. Uh, but back in the day, one of my favorite cards I ever had was Jockle Hops from um, Ice Age. That specific art. I know they redid the art for fifth edition and stuff, but it's like rushing waves coming down off ice shelf. And it's like a green and blue. It's a really beautiful coloring. I don't know why it's not like a super fancy art or anything like that. It's not, and there's no creatures in it. Um, but to me, it looked really cool.
Nice. But so, hey, Jockle Hops, you know that I played that once upon a time. So I can't really say
Mhm.
much because I'm a monster, but it is definitely a cool card.
Yeah,
Uh,
I thought it was the ultimate power back then.
it was.
It, it's still pretty cool card for a 6 drop.
So
Uh,
now the only thing I wanted to know if you wanted to do, did you want to go and look at the attractions that are legal?
I have the entire list. Oh, I
Well,
don't know what's legal.
well, the
Oh,
reason
yeah,
why
it
you
shows
could,
me the ones with the 8 corner are not legal, and the ones
correct.
with the regular sticker are legal. That's right. So we got Tunnel Love.
Yeah.
We got
So there, the cool thing in Moxiod, I don't know if you knew this, but they actually married Moxiod and Scryfall. They could
oh,
use you could use the advanced search from Scryfall.
I'm in Scryfall right
Well,
now
so I was able to
for
pull it up
that.
here. The,
Mhm.
what attractions do you want, or do you just want me to add all of them?
We could add the legal ones all now. We could sort those out later. I'm not too worried about that. Like, I don't know what these other keywords are, like visit. What's some? Yeah, visit.
Oh, so
When you
visit,
visit an
how attractions work. If I remember correctly, at the beginning of your upkeep, you roll a
Mhm.
die,
Okay.
and if you see the numbers on the right hand side of the attraction, and you see the ones lit up.
Okay.
If you roll the one that is lit up, you visit that attraction.
Okay.
So
Uh,
prize
so you
prize prize is something else that I don't remember what prize is,
Mhm.
but that's only on one of the attractions that I'm seeing that's Commander Legal.
All right.
And let me just go and look. Yeah, the only one that's on is roll a six-sided die. Oh, pick a beetle. It's part of the card itself. So what I want to do though
Ooh, you like the
is
prize.
let me here.
How does prize work then?
Oh, so what
Well,
it is? It's on pick a beetle. If you read the card, uh, if there are six or more luck counters on pick a beetle, you claim the prize. You create two treasure tokens, sacrifice it, and open an attraction.
so you can roll into another one. That's kind of cool. If you roll a 6, you're
Yep.
already onto your next attraction.
Yep.
So, do they? How do they work? Their discard pile. Does it get all reshuffled after?
I would have to look at the
If,
rules. Um, I am not the most knowledgeable about attractions because they are not a mechanic that I enjoyed.
I never even played these. The Infinity sets generally back in the day they were super fun to play, and I think as a limited draft environment, which I haven't been able to play too much of since COVID, um, amazing sets. But really, you only get Infinity for the lands these days. I mean, they were the first with like full art lands. Like what was it? Unhinged was the original. What's up, Mickey?
Hey, JJ.
But yeah. Well, I mean, the Guess Your Fate one looks cool, but that's not legal. Gift shop or wait,
Well,
what if it's the Acorn logo with the holograph? A
that's
holographic
that's just the rare. So acorns are not
That's
commander
not.
legal,
All right, so
or are not.
we can grab Hall of Mirrors, Haunted House. Um,
So yeah, can you just do all
there
21?
you go. Oh, of all the
Yeah,
legal ones, you're just gonna grab them for
yeah,
now.
just put them all in there and put them in the attraction deck. So
All right.
JJ, what we're doing, we're sort of doing our first deck building stream, and Captain spun. He had 3 spins and he used all of them and ended up with Spinnerette Arachnobat, and he ended up spinning a $50 budget. So that is what we're building today. A $50 budget build of Spinnerette Arachnobat.
We don't. Do we have any ways to? We don't have any ways to flicker in black and green, do we?
Most of the ways that you do it in black are like the cards that if a creature would die this turn, uh, if your creature would die, you bring it back. Either it's a targeted spell or it is also like a Kaya's Ghost form.
Yeah, we could do that. We could. So to force that, we could get. Which altar's the cheaper one? The Ashnod's altar.
I believe so. Kaya's Ghost form's $1.22. And that's so. And you
Isn't she black and white though?
no, she's black. The Ghost form is a mono black. And you wanted to look at Ashnod's altar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, I know. That's a $4 card. We could add it if you want to, but I just wanted to let you know where it was in the budget.
Oh, yeah. Let's add it for now. We could always cut it.
Yep.
And we could let's grab some cheap.
Now, did you want to do an advanced search for open an attraction? To open more attractions?
Yeah. Like grabbing. Oh, I didn't even think to grab other unhinged cards to try to keep opening those attractions.
Because this should only open ones that are legal in the deck. So there are 12 cards that open an attraction that are in your colors.
Mm-hmm.
The one of them is your commander, so you have 11 more that you could choose from. And they're all pretty budget friendly. Actually, I'm sorry, you only have 10 to choose from because one of them itself is an attraction.
Okay.
So 10 total.
Okay.
So the first one is a ramp spell in Coming Attraction. Then you have Deadbeat Attraction, which is just a 1/1. You have Discourtesy Clerk, which is a 3/2. That also cares about having attractions. Draconian Gatebot opens attractions as well. Lifetime Pass Holder is when you die, you open an attraction, but whenever you roll to visit your attractions, if you roll a 6, you may return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Petting Zookeeper is an ETB open an attraction. Quick Fixer is when it deals combat damage to a player, you open an attraction. Swole Swindler is an ETB as well, but also gets indestructible if you visit an attraction that turn. Squirrel Squatters is an ETB, and when it attacks, you get a 1/1 green squirrel creature token that's tapped and attacking for each attraction you visited this turn. And then you have the Most Dangerous Gamer, which is the preeminent attractions commander. That whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you open an attraction, and whenever you open an attraction, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Whenever you claim the prize of an attraction, which is the only one that you have that's legal is Pick a Beeble, destroy target permanent.
Let's grab the Most Dangerous Gamer. We're gonna put Pick a Beeble in our.
Well, we already have. Yeah, we already have that there.
We could help boost our attractions using the Petting Zookeeper. And we can use quick. Let's grab Quick Fixer. He's still 3-drop. We could always change. We could always drop some of these. And we could use lifetime pass holder because we can always sacrifice him to trigger that traction faster. Multi-visiting attractions. If we roll 6, you may turn. I mean, he's a reassembling skeleton for a park.
That he
So,
is.
and he's a 1-drop 2/1, so that's not bad at all. Courtesy clerk.
So personally, I would add all of them except for deadbeat attendant and petting zookeeper. And the only reason why I wouldn't add those two is those are just a single time ETB. Well, you already added petting zookeeper. Those are single time ETBs that they don't do anything else unless you're going to go and kind of do the same thing you do with Spinnerette Arachnobat.
Well, are we trying? Well, what's our goal with this deck? Are we going to try to pump up our commander to attack outright? Because then we could.
Well, that's kind of your thing. Are you going to want to really lean into the attractions so that way you get 3 or more attractions?
I thought that's the way we were going. That's why I was
Okay.
picking them.
Well, then if that's the way that you're going, since you only have a total of 10 cards not named your commander that are able to do this, I would pick all 10.
Yeah.
And cut them if you need to.
Yeah. So Draconic Gatebot, Soul Swindler, Squirrel Spotters, yeah. We picked the most dangerous gamer.
Yep.
Jeez, this is a cheap deck.
Yeah,
this actually leaves a lot of.
You're already at 48 decks and it's only $5.91.
Yeah.
Or 48 cards. So you're halfway there. Not really. You're gonna change the mana. You're gonna change the mana base, but
yeah. So we also need to create some fetching. So what are the cheap tutoring we could do?
for what exactly?
For so we could draw out the cards we need for our deck.
So
which ones are not terrible? Right, that doesn't make any sense. There's a demonic tutor that's only 10 cents.
there's not.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So we'll just do this. Search your library. There's going to be a lot of options here, but I just did search your library. There's 432. And you want to. So I'm just looking this way since that's what you wanted to look at is searching your library. While we're looking here, let me know if there's any that speak to you. But
I mean, Diabolic Tutor budget.
You want Diabolic Tutor? We could add that.
Uh,
If you want to go and look that way, and just tell me, we could do that too. But I do have my next question for you.
Sure.
So I know you love goblins, and I know that I mostly know you as a goblin player. Are goblins your favorite creature type? And if not, what is your favorite creature type? And if they are, and for your favorite creature type, why is it your favorite creature type?
Goblins, because they're probably my favorite of all time. Recently, though, dwarves. Dwarves very much so, because I kind of look like one, and Hoffrey's my boy. He's been doing all the work for me. So I've been looking at doing more dwarf decks. I've noticed I've liked a lot of the dwarf commanders that are available as options now. So, but goblins overall always have my heart. Like in any medium, Dungeon Dragons, Magic Gathering, anything really.
Okay.
Because they're not always the villain. I would love to play like Baldur's Gate from a 3 from the perspective of the goblins from the Absolute. That would be amazing. I would like to be a goblin who rebels, kills all the heroes because they're dickheads. but
but
I don't know.
but that was not in the plans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So
let's see.
what we're looking at searching as well, something that I would want to bring up is you are in green.
Yeah.
So you are able to go and do the whole mana ramp
Mhm.
that way.
Uh,
And with where I'm scrolling through, I would be remiss if I did not mention Binding the Old Gods.
how much is that going for these days?
29 cents.
We'll put that in there.
It's a favorite card of mine in Golgari decks because it's cheap removal that also ramps you.
What did I type wrong? What did you type for your keywords?
Search your library.
Oh, that's right. I did search your deck, and it only came up with Shadowborn Apostle. My bad. Here we go. Here we go. We need, yeah, I mean, we need some, ooh, let's see, there's a lot here. Reveal a creature card from your hand, search your library, a card that is no good for us.
I was waiting for you to tell me to pick something else.
Dig up.
Dig up. Did you want
JJ,
cultivate? Did you want
JJ
cultivate?
we could cultivate.
Okay.
We go find dig up myself.
Dig up.
Dig up is a one shot cleave, but you can cleave it.
So it either goes and fixes your mana for you,
Searches.
or it tutors.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, the utility on that is great.
it is from Shadow. Well, not Shadow. Crimson Vow, I think that is. Yeah, it's from Crimson Vow. It is a single green. Search your library for a basic land, put it into your hand. Or if you pay the cleave cost, which is one black, black, green, you search your library for a card and put it into your hand.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's definitely a good one. I feel like our space spider needs to feel more like at home. So after this, we can look for more spiders. Really,
Okay.
I got to figure out what our win con is. Can we pay for any boots in our budget?
Boots. We could
Uh,
probably make boots.
Let me open another
So
tab. I don't want to close it. I don't want to
I would
close
say
this.
like right now I would like to go and keep going through. One thing that you mentioned is you want to be able to get your ability to open attractions out.
Mhm.
Um, Ecological appreciation would be good for that. Uh, it is a cheap tutor, but it's X2 and a green. You search your library and graveyard for up to 4 creature cards with different names that each have mana value X or less and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Those cards get shuffled back into your library, and the rest get put onto the battlefield.
Yeah, we could grab that. That could be really good because then we could grab all our attractions. Do
Yep.
that.
And you can open up 2 attractions in one turn, possibly.
Yep. How many tutors have we gotten already? 3?
Um, well, we only have like 2 true tutors for what. Oh no, 3 tutors for whatever you want. Well, not for whatever you want, but to go and get those attraction cards.
Yeah.
Now we've talked a lot about magic, but now it's time to go and learn about you in another way. Uh, Tell us about your favorite hobby that is not
Oh,
magic related.
oh, my expensive hobby?
It could be your
Oh,
expensive hobby or your favorite or whatever one you want to talk about right now.
Oh man, I have so many hobbies that cost me money.
It
Uh,
doesn't have to be
I like.
expensive. It's your favorite one.
Well, the problem is all my hobbies cost me money, lots of money. Uh, I definitely, I'm definitely an expensive lady. I like the finer things in life. I like building computers. I just like photography. Um, that led to working for a couple modeling agencies once upon a time. But then I found out I disliked working with models. It was too stressful. So I cut that back. Mostly now, if I do go out, I shoot wildlife and macro photography. Um, because people can be overwhelming. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more, more of a recluse. I used to be really socially outgoing. Uh, have you seen the Y70 Touch from height? I have not. Um, um, I collect old video games, mostly NES and Super Nintendo too. Y70 Touch. Let me look at that. 70 Touch. Oh, I really like small form factors like the height Y70, but I just built into Johnsbow N2. I built a 90 terabyte server for myself. It was five 18 terabyte hard drives. Um, and it's my Plex server. So when I'm away, I can watch my shows and stuff all from my browser securely because I can log in directly to that. So all my traffic, if like I'm in a hotel room or something, uh, travels through a VPN. So then it's a lot safer if I'm out and about. So nobody's just grabbing my information. I like Plex. Uh, I'm willing to try something else. Sometimes it's weird. Uh, I just built a 13th gen, a 13100. I think maybe I should have gone with a better processor, but I wanted to keep it under 50 watts. Sorry, Jarvis, got off
No
topic.
problem. Hey, what I've been
Uh,
doing is I've been scrolling through and adding other cards that I think would be good for what you said you were looking for. And what
mhm.
the plan is, I'm going to go and show them to you once I'm done, and you can tell me whether or not you like them.
Okay, all right. Let's see what we got.
Almost done.
Search 11. I mean, we could do Fork in the Road. It's a 2-drop. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them. Put one into your hand and the other into your. Oh, that's the into the graveyard part kind of sucks. Then shuffle your library. We're not pulling out of the graveyard with this deck, unfortunately. So we're gonna ignore that.
Well, back to the top. So here's what I've added for you so far. I
Hmm.
added Invasion of Zendikar, which is when it enters the battlefield, you search for up to 2 basic land cards, you put them on the battlefield tapped, and it transforms into a 4/4 mana dork. It's a battle. Um,
What is it?
Invasion of Zendikar. It's an explosive
Okay.
vegetation, essentially. Uh, I also added Hoarding Broodlord, which Hoarding Broodlord is a convoke creature that tutors into exile face down. As long as it remains in exile, you may play it, and spells you cast from exile have convoke as well. Steve, uh,
Hmm.
Cultivate,
Um,
Farseek, Rampant
what is
Growth, Skyshot Claim,
oh, Antonio's listening. So what is Steve?
Sakura Tribe Elder. Uh, you could sacrifice it to go get a basic land card.
Hmm.
Um, Moon Silver Key,
That's a good one.
uh, and that is it. That's all I added.
Let me go back to my deck list. I missed one. We got?
Probably if you're doing
Oh,
Cultivate, you probably also want Kadomi's Reach.
I forgot to write down Farseek. Kadama's Reach as well.
Uh, are you doing your own deck list?
Yeah, I'm just doing it so I can see it on my screen.
Um,
I
I'm sharing my screen with you in Discord.
I can't see it. It's small because I have it off to the
Put
side.
it, put it full screen.
Well, I guess that makes
I was like, you
sense.
don't need to see my face. You know what I look like.
But no, but I'm searching the cards too. That's why I have this off to the side. So I do have it up, but it's hard to see both at the same time. Well, maybe I could split it top to bottom.
Um, so we have ramp now. We have some tutoring for you.
Mhm.
If you wanted to go and do stuff like Kaya's Ghost Form,
Mhm.
I think the advanced search is when creature dies. Uh, when creature dies, return it to the battlefield. I think it. How's this word it? Return that card to the battlefield. Let's see. Let's see. Does that work? Yeah, there's some options here. I don't know if they're exactly what we want.
Athreos is a little bit too expensive.
Yeah, because that didn't pull up everything I wanted.
I mean, I'm looking at MTG Assist as well. Um, Sometimes it makes good suggestions. Sometimes it's not the best at coming up with similar stuff.
Let me.
Uh,
Uh,
I mean, we could do Unholy Indenture. It's 2 and a black.
I actually had
Enchant
another idea.
Aura.
Yeah. Whew, give me a quick minute. I had another idea of how I could find this. Good phrasing for the card. Because these aren't effects that I personally play.
Yeah.
Uh, but the Secret Santa that I did this year, if I remember correctly, plays these. No, I don't. Oh no, they don't play these effects.
Oh,
I thought they did.
I didn't even go into my recent photography purchase either.
You could go into that if you want to.
Oh, the camera I'm using, it's not a webcam. It's a little sharper. A Canon R8, and I just bought the R8 and 4 lenses, um, so I could shoot more. Um, that was pretty hefty. Uh, Probably
It was not.
2,500 to 3,000 US. The
Yeah.
so I just I gotta get time. It's gotta get nice out. I wanted to go shoot. It was dusting this morning. I was outside, but I want to get out there and shoot a little bit. I think it'd be, especially I finally got an 85 millimeter lens. I've always shot mostly with the 35 and 50. I had a 100 millimeter that it was my most expensive lens at the time. I ended up dropping it when I was doing a shoot. But that's not the worst thing that ever happened. I smashed a 50 millimeter lens while I was at the bar once. I dropped my Canon 60, which also was not a cheap camera, and that was luckily the camera was okay. The lens was in pieces. It was horrifying.
Yeah, that sounds kind of bad. And by kind of bad, I mean
Yeah,
really bad.
it was a good time though.
I'm glad.
That was the last time I brought it to a bar when I was drinking. Oh, but I have done photo shoots in a bar before. And
Nice.
those went well. Hmm.
Yeah, I know you've done quite a bit with it. Your photography. If you're in my Discord, you could see some of the photography. Captain hasn't uploaded any pictures in quite a while, but I think I still have a photography channel in there. Uh,
Oh, I didn't
or
even
photo channel in there,
post.
and you could go and see some photos that Captain has done.
We could
Um,
to help protect our commander, we could grab like three enchantments to bring him back if he dies.
yeah.
Like
So what we
a
have right,
good one I saw.
we have Kai's
What was that?
Ghost Form, Minions Return, and Unholy Indenture.
Oh, I got a better one than Unholy Indenture. Necrogen Communion.
Necro.
It's a 1 and a black. You enchanted creature has toxic 2. And when the creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control. It's a little bit better than Unholy Indenture, I think.
Let's keep Unholy Indenture. Well, Minions Return
But
has
that
Flash, so let's get rid of Unholy Indenture.
what'd you say? As
Minions Return and Unholy Indenture were both 2 and a black, and both did the same thing. But Minions Return has Flash.
Mhm.
Something
That's
else that I
better.
would recommend. I don't know how much it costs anymore, and I want to look it up. Heroic Intervention.
Ooh, it might have come down actually.
Oh
Been
no, it's
reprinted.
$9.38. It went up since the last time I looked at it.
Where are we at for
Oh,
budget
oh,
currently?
15.35. So we'll add it there for you. We'll
That's
add it.
gonna be our pricey card. Watch. Oh, and I was worried about adding Athreos Shroud Veil
You
because he
can't.
can put coin. Oh no, he's black and
I
white.
was like,
Never
he's
mind.
Orzhov.
Ignore. Sorry, I'm looking
Uh,
at MTG Assist now.
Malkir Rebirth. Oh, actually, that's a great idea because that's another way we could search.
What?
Malkir Rebirth. It's $4 right now on TCG Player. Um, and that's actually because when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield. Let me do this. I'm just gonna go like this.
Hmm.
So there's 16 cards that do what Malkir Rebirth does.
Mhm.
Um, but Malkir Rebirth is an MDFC. You have Not Dead After All, which gives a Wicked token, which that might make more sense than the enchantments uh, as well, because these are instant speed. You have Abnormal Endurance, Demonic Gifts, Feign Death, all good options.
We're gonna add our standard mana dorks like
Well, before we do
uh,
that, since we have this pulled up, do you want to add any of these instants?
um. Let me see. Why can't I just pop this out? Hmm. I'm looking. I'm looking. Uh, I mean, abnormal endurance is might be a good one. It's 2 drop. I like to keep them low.
If you want, there's one
Uh,
drops that do the same thing. So like
yeah,
Feign Death,
pain death. But
Not Dead.
the abnormal also gives +2. So if it ends up dying, so we could throw it at a wall. So that's why I was maybe abnormal endurance, just so we could try to swing a little harder if we
Yeah,
need to.
Not Dead After All brings it back bigger, as does Feign Death.
Oh, let's do that then. Uh, uh,
The rest of them are Undying Malice does the same thing as Feign Death essentially.
hmm.
It brings them back
Oh,
bigger.
all 1 drops? Yeah, yeah, we'll
All one
take the one
drops.
drops over 2 drops.
Yeah, so let's.
Because
I would say get rid of Abnormal Endurance because all it does that's more like a combat trick to buff your creature.
yep.
Um, the only 2 drop that I would say to keep is actually the Golgari one. It is infused with Vitality. Until end of turn, target creature gains Step Touch, and then you also gain 2 life.
Mhm. Yeah, let's grab that one. There's no lose 2 life. That's pretty good.
And then what I would say is for the enchantments, I would cut probably Minions Return. Um, if you want to do the toxic, you keep Necrogen Communion.
I like Necrogen Communion a lot better. It's a little bit more efficient. It gives you the toxic too, and it
Well,
does the same thing
well,
where it
no,
brings it
because
back
you
to.
have the reason why I'm bringing that up. You saw of all of these instants,
Mhm.
you have we have Valkyrie Rebirth in here as well, which might end up getting cut because it is a $4 card. But you have
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4 instants, 5 instances include Valkyrie Rebirth.
Yep.
So that's why I didn't know if you want that are all one draw, except for Infused with Vitality, they're all 1-drops.
Mhm.
So that's why I didn't know Necrogen Communion on whether or not you wanted it.
Um, it's also Necrogen Communion is also a permanent thing. So I was thinking keep that for our commander
Okay.
specifically, because then we could enchant him right away. Can we? Let's move on. Can we budget boots to protect our commander?
The Swiftest.
Yeah. The other boots aren't budget anymore,
The
right?
boots, Greaves, I think are at least 5. They're 459.
Uh, what's our budget at right now? 31.
We're at 3119.
Let's not grab it, because we are gonna have to grab some utility lands at one point.
Okay.
Um, let's
So what I will say is we do have a lot of ramp. I don't know if you want to artifact ramp. If you're not gonna artifact ramp, I'd say let's cut the Moon Silver Key. If you are gonna if you are gonna artifact ramp, we can keep it.
hmm, um hover over Moon Silver Key for me.
It's you search your library for an artifact card with a mana ability or a basic land card. Reveal and put it into
Um,
your hand and shuffle.
we could do well. We could also do creature because because our creature's not our Spinnerette is not that big to really depend on it to swing in on its own reliably. So we should probably have a backup plan to go wide as well.
Okay.
So we can go more creature heavy.
Okay. I'll remove
Instead
that
of
then.
getting rid of it,
Oh, I can add it.
usually what I do, I just put it into move them to considering.
I don't use
So
considering when I build decks.
I do because I'll toss everything in there and then I'll like move them up and down as a. I say do artifact
Uh,
ramp to increase artifact
J-
count because attractions are artifacts and you can use cards like Nettle Cyst and Cranial Prating to pump the commander. That's true.
Yo, LK, thank you so much for the subscription. I really appreciate it, man.
That's a
And
good point.
Coach J-Ro, I am doing well. Hopefully you are doing as well. So I would
Jade-
actually agree with adding Nettle Cyst
Yeah.
and cranial plating.
Yep.
I don't know how much
I'm just terrible. I'm terrible at building decks. I'm great at researching, so usually when I build a deck, it'll take me days to develop it. I can make good lists. I am terrible playing Magic and just calling them uh, off the top of my head like that.
Oh, J-Ro,
Um,
you gifted the sub. I didn't even see that. So I am watching things on my phone. So J-Ro, thanks for the gifted sub. I appreciate that even more. Um, because of how I have this set up, I have to use my phone to do chat. So I didn't read that at first because I got cut off. And Jen, hopefully you're doing well. But yes, this is a deck building stream. Today is the first episode of my new deck building stream. Captain spun Spinnerette Arachnobat as the commander, and he ended up spinning a budget deck with a $50 budget.
yeah. It's actually not going that bad because the attractions and everything are super cheap. But it is an oddball thing. I'm not comfortable with building this, but what are you gonna do? Uh,
You're going to do all the things.
all the things.
So, yeah, cranial plating and analysis are both definitely good things. So, I like to budget. Like the diamonds are really good budget. Moss
Yeah.
diamond and charcoal.
Yep. like the Golgari Signet.
Oh. Are you gonna get on my soapbox about the Signet?
Are those the ones you don't like?
I do not like the Signets.
Which one's which one's which?
Golgari Signet's the one. It's the filter, and I don't like having
Oh,
filter.
not the filter. What's the other one? Uh,
You have the Clue Stone. You have Golgari Clue Stone and the Key Rune.
I mean,
And
we
they're
could.
both cheaper. Like the Signet's 80 cents. Sure, it's 2 mana. The Clue Stone's 10 cents. It's 3 mana, but you don't have to filter mana every turn.
Yeah.
And it also can double as card draw.
Yeah. Sorry, I just popped over my Lathril build to see
Yeah.
like lands that I used.
Jen, the
We'll get
problem that I have with Signets is ease of gameplay for me. I don't want to have to concentrate on filtering my mana. I want to be able to go, and when I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh, there's a mana rock. I could just go and tap it.
All right. Are we gonna grab a couple spells to pump our?
Well, we were talking about mana rock or mana rocks, and
Oh, mana
and
rocks.
we haven't
Oh,
decided.
I can't. I can't look at my other decks because I mean we could do something like Everflowing Chalice.
Well, did you want the Clue Stone
Um, Let me.
or did you want the Signet?
Not the Signet. I wasn't thinking of the Signet. I forget which one I was thinking of. I was trying to look at my other deck, but my other build is not a budget build. So,
But
uh,
Jen, they aren't. You say they're 1 for 2, but they're 1 for 2 every turn. So the first turn you play, you're paying 3 mana to get 2 mana. Then it's 4 mana. Then you invest every turn. Where like with the
yeah,
Clue Stone, you just pay 3 mana, get 1 mana, and then you never have to invest into it again. So that by like the second turn you play it or the third turn you play it, it already generates more mana than you invest into it.
I mean, we could toss it. We could always toss the Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. We could do.
You didn't answer, so I put the Clue Stone in.
Oh, I did say yes to the
Okay.
Clue Stone. I said no to the Signet.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking of Talisman.
Oh,
Oh, Bruce.
Talisman. Let's look at Talisman. I don't know
Yeah,
how much a Talisman is. Uh,
$1.49.
it is a
I
Talisman
need.
of Resilience. Actually, 81 cents.
Yeah.
Because we use the
Oh.
cheapest proteins when we're doing
Oh, okay.
this. And Jen, it's just my. It's not even like when they become mana positive for me. Not mana positive. The mana investment. It is all about gameplay for me, and I want to make my playing the deck as easy as possible as I can, because Magic is a complicated game. So if I could cut out filtering from my deck building, I'm gonna do it.
Think we could budget a mana crypt? I just we could toss a Bellware Stone in there.
Zone, okay.
Um
So something
uh
else I'll say is
we're not doing a lot of card draw, right? So we don't need like a thought vessel.
no.
We could.
But speaking of card draw, I would start looking at card draw because right now you're at 78 cards. You have a ton of ramp.
Yeah.
You have a lot of recursion to save it. Um, you're light on removal and you're light on card draw.
Where can we get card draw in Golgari?
So quite
We
a few
could
places.
do we could do no we can't. I didn't build a Golgari budget deck. Uh let's see.
Well, while you're looking at your card draw, This is the question. Was actually supposed to be the first question I asked, and then I didn't ask the question because I asked. Well, I was supposed to be the second one, and then I didn't ask it because I asked a different question. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
We've touched on it a little bit, but what is your deck building style, and what are your favorite style of decks to play?
Uh, well, that's tough because I like building goblins, which are really fast. They just blow up wide. I kind of like to stick around and then just do my thing out of nowhere. Um, so I've really become accustomed to playing Hoffrey. Although he's Boros, he's not go wide or go big. He kind of just hangs around till he can deal with you. He's probably my favorite style of playing now. I did build Lateral, which is Commander punching in the face. I don't know if she's my favorite yet. Might take a little bit to get accustomed to doing all out uh, fighting with just a commander. Like my Kranko deck, I never attacked with Kranko ever. It was the tricks were just to untap them and retap them again, or any deck I ever put them in. So it's tough to say. I like to change it up a little bit. Um, I would really like to. I know what I would really like to learn to play that I don't because I'm not comfortable with it is playing out of the graveyard. Even my Golgari decks, I don't dig out of the graveyard too much. So it's not a style I've
Well,
played. So I don't.
definitely a fun way to do it.
I do.
Reanimation's fun.
I mean, the biggest thing I like to do, I guess if I had to pick one thing, is politicking. That's
Okay.
probably my style because I like to just tell everybody to attack Jarvis because he's the biggest problem, and it
Wow.
usually works.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't help that I've played with people quite a bit, and they all think I'm the biggest problem all the time. So, did you find your card draw options?
Card draw negative.
Okay.
Because I was talking, not searching. Um, oops, budget for that. I
Did you
mean,
just type him saying that I'm the problem?
yeah, you are the problem.
So, card draw, Sign in Blood. It's 2 black.
Like,
You lose 2, draw 2.
yes, I hate losing life though. But yeah, I'm gonna trust you on the card draw a little more because
I don't know how much is it now.
I don't play enough card draw
I
in my card deck.
I don't know how many creatures you're actually to play. I was looking at Beast Whisper, and Beast Whisper is 295 now.
Oh, we got options, baby. We could do this. Uh, I mean, we could add an Elves of Deep Shadow. It's a mana dork for black. Well, it's a green card, but
I
it
know what it
taps for
is,
one black. We could,
and it deals 1 damage to you.
yeah, but that's the black identity thing.
Yep.
That's what it does. I punch myself in the face by punching you harder. Um, we could do. Ooh, we could afford an Elvish Spirit Guide for advantage.
So here's what I want to say. I don't really think you need to look at ramp anymore.
I like ramping. I like getting it.
Here's the reason
But
why.
no, well,
Because
I didn't want to look at ramp anyway. I was gonna see. I'm not good with the card draw so much, so I'm gonna trust you a little more on the card draw. What I was looking at doing next was actually spells to like buff our commander so he
okay,
can hit harder. I was thinking like Fido Burst, Scale Up, Might of Old Crosa, Might of the
scale.
Masses.
Well,
Sorry.
you need to slow down a little. Might have Marassa. Might of
Might of the Masses.
Old Crosa.
Yeah. Did you say Marassa? I
Oh, I thought
didn't.
you said Might of Marassa.
No,
Might of
Might of the
Marassa
Mass.
does the same thing.
How much does that cost to play?
It's a penny.
Oh, well, that might be in budget, but that's a 2 drop.
Is it two
Might of the
drop?
Masses. Yeah, Might of the Masses is only 1 drop.
But Might of the Mass is only well, it's for each creature you control. Never mind.
Yeah.
But that's also another thing. How wide are you going? I know you do have the Squirrel Squatters, which goes and makes a lot of 1/1s. But past that, you don't have a ton of creatures right now.
What's our creature count as of now?
12. Plus your commander makes 13.
I'll try to budget like 8 more. We'll try to round out the creature section to about 20.
Okay.
If we can. And then we'll try to do.
Let's do this.
And sorceries, like 15 instants. 10 to 15 instants. 10 to 15 artifacts. And we'll fill out with some enchantments.
So we have quite a few things here. I'm looking at type is creature and draws cards.
Yeah, we could also. Oh no, that costs a little too much.
Please, you want to look at it. See what we find here. That's good.
I mean, we could add to our mana, so we could get rolling faster. We could play like a wild growth for an enchantment. For that, it's
we kind you keep going and getting distracted.
Yeah, I'm all over the place, buddy.
Let's focus on card draw for now, and then
right.
and then we could go and look at other places afterwards.
I'm not good at concentrating. I don't know if you figured that out. All right, so card draw.
We have she's $2, and her ability isn't really. I don't think it's worth $2. I was gonna say IR first a lot coin, but I don't think it's worth that. Even though I do like IR a lot. I'm looking at recurring card draw too. We do always have the Phyrexian Arena, which Oh, Chevelle is fun. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponent controls no permanents with bounty counters on it, you put a bounty counter on target creature or planeswalker and opponent controls. And whenever that a permanent opponent controls with bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. It's less than $1.
Yeah.
I just think that one's fun.
Yeah, you can grab that one.
Because it also kind of it doesn't really act as removal, but it gives you incentive to remove it.
Okay.
I'm just looking through these creatures that also draw cards for you to try to get your creature count up to make it worthwhile. Disciple of Bolus. When it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice another creature and you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is that creature's power.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
We could grab like a Corpse Augur. He'll fill in a couple spots. He's a creature and he's card draw.
Yep. Dockside Chef is a sack outlet.
I prefer the other dockside.
Everyone does, except people that want to go and sacrifice things.
Oh, Cruel Bargain. That is not a good card for this deck. That is funny though.
Dockside Chef is a 1-drop that is 2. His activated ability is 1 and a black. You sacrifice an artifact or creature and you draw a card. How do you feel about that one?
One more time. What's it called?
Dockside Chef.
Let me just look at it real quick. Pay 2. We could do that one. Yeah, he's a 1-drop. Pay 2. We can move it through. We could do Dread Presence. It's all the way at the bottom.
My worry with Dread Presence is
the 4-drop though.
Well, no, how many swamps are we going to be playing? Dread Presence is better in a mono black deck than it is in a 2-color deck.
Very true. Let's pass on that one.
I'm just looking at things that more give like repeatable card advantage.
Yeah. We could do Dark Prophecy. It's a 3 black enchantment. Whenever a creature you control dies, you draw a card and lose a life.
Well,
Well,
give
we're protecting a lot of stuff, so that
well,
would kind of
and
counter what we're built towards.
I was gonna say just hold on to that one for now for me to get back to the screen where I could add it. Because right now,
Okay.
just because right now I'm on the creature screen.
Yeah. What about Deadly Dispute? I know it's $1.76.
I like Deadly Dispute a lot.
Yeah. As an additional, I would either sack a creature, sack an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure token. I know how much you love treasures.
And there's other cards like Deadly Dispute as well that might be cheaper.
We have a couple creatures
Oh,
that are recurring, right? They come back
yeah.
when you.
Uh, Midnight Reaper. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you deals 1 damage to you and you draw a card. It's 29 cents and it's a 3-drop.
Yeah, let's toss that in.
Why is Morbid Opportunist more than Midnight Reaper?
I don't know.
Well, Morbid Opportunist only triggers once each turn. Granted, it's whenever one or more other creatures die, where Midnight Reaper only cares about non-tokens you control, but still.
We could do Fecundity. It's a 2 and a green. Whenever a creature dies, that creature's control. Oh, never mind. That's you don't like symmetry effects.
I don't like symmetry effects, but this is also not my deck. I'm helping you build it, but it's not my deck.
Yeah, it helps everybody though. Wait, Darth said bounty hunter. It's 2 black creature, human, archer, minion. Put a tap. Put a bounty counter on top. Wait, didn't we already grab bounty hunter?
We did not because we weren't looking at those effects right now. We were looking at card draw effects, not.
Oh well,
Um,
we'll hold it. We'll hold that for that.
we'll
But that'll
we'll
fill in
put a
the
pin into
creature.
that Darth for when we're going and looking at our removal suite.
Um, I mean, geez, that's a symmetry effect as well. Um, ooh. Uh,
Okay, I want to go back. The reason why we're looking at Chevelle was because Chevelle draws cards. But we're looking at Chevelle more for the card draw.
we could if we can afford $2.26, there's Glissa Sunslayer. She's half decent.
Oh, and Bounty Hunter is $3 for that effect because it's a target creature. Yeah, I don't like. Why is Bounty Hunter so expensive? Yeah, for the effect that Bounty Hunter gives, I don't think it's worthwhile, Darth. Because it is $3. So we'll look at. You want Glissa Sunslayer? It's 226. You can put that on there.
She's 226, but she's got some utility on her. She's one black green. She has first strike, death touch. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, choose one. You draw a card and lose a life. Destroy target enchantment or remove up to 3 counters from target permanent.
Okay.
She's.
So where I would go now, you do have 18 creatures now.
Okay.
As of now, you have 10 cards left to add to the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Our removal is weak. And I did not add. You want me to add Deadly Dispute? And what was the other card you wanted me to add?
Glissa?
No, other than Glissa.
I don't know. Was I?
It was before Deadly Dispute. No, it was.
Yeah.
I told you to hold on to it.
Hold on. I did put it into my thing here. Dark Prophecy.
Okay.
We don't have to grab that one. It is $4.38.
Okay.
3 black. Whenever a creature you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. We do not have to grab that one.
Okay. I was just looking at your curve. Right now, your curve seems pretty okay. You are, and you're keeping a pretty even split. Slightly more black than green, but still pretty even. What
Yeah.
I would want to do now, before we add any more cards,
Mhm.
I would want to go and get your mana base more shored up, so
Mhm.
that way you know where we're going.
All right.
Well,
All right.
how much more budget you have. So as a reminder, everyone, because it's an attraction deck, I'm not counting the attractions against the budget, and neither does Moxfield. Um, and the reason why, when we were building this, when I put the budgets in, I wasn't going and building with an entire extra deck. And granted, they're only going to probably like $2 total of the budget, maybe. That's still that's still what, 4% of the budget. I don't want to take 4% of the budget for that. And also, typically the commander wouldn't count. So if we end up at $50.04, we're okay. But
All right.
lands, what lands do you want me to add?
We can start with. Oh, that's a little too much. Let's see. Uh, could do a Llanowar Waste. That's $1. Uh,
Do you want the command tower?
yeah, we could do the standard command tower, exotic orchard. Um, just looking at other mana bases that I have. Uh, that mana base is too expensive to look at. What other?
Pathway?
How much is a pathway though? Isn't it a couple bucks?
Oh, actually, the pathways got expensive.
Yeah,
Never mind. They're $4.83.
yeah. Because I was looking at
Uh, Temple?
my Temple Lands. Is that the tap?
That it comes in.
Or
It's a Scryland.
does it come in tap though?
It does.
I I, I don't play tap lands. I would
Okay.
rather play. For me personally, I would rather play. I would rather play just a
How
land.
about the Snarl? It's Necroblossom Snarl. It's the reveal land, where you reveal a swamp or forest from your hand, and then it comes in untapped.
Are the snarls real cheap?
52 cents.
Yeah, we'll grab that. That's decent. Uh, let's look at search. Uh,
Now, there's another card while we're looking at lands that I don't know how you feel about it. Phyrexian Arena.
uh,
Because Phyrexian Arena, the cheapest version of it is now $1.37.
oh man, I can't read that version.
I can't read.
At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
That is a much better version of what the other enchantment that I wanted. Um, the other one was did the exact same thing, but it was 3 black, and for some reason it's more expensive than Phyrexian Arena, even though Phyrexian Arena is more popular.
Yep. Probably hasn't had as many reprints.
I mean, we could do Ancient Ziggurat.
So
Um,
while you're looking at your lands, what is by the way, Ancient Ziggurat's $2. Just wanted to let you know.
oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh, no problem.
Uh,
What is your favorite card of all time in Magic?
I thought we already went over
I
this.
didn't go over your favorite card.
Chocolate Hops.
that is your favorite card? You said that was your favorite card growing up. Is that still your
Oh,
favorite card of all time?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Mm, mm.
And if you don't want to
I
pick
don't,
one, I'll let you pick three.
three. I know Krenko's in the top three, only because of all the memories, both the standard deck and the commander deck with that boy. Uh, um, mm, I might have to search it. Um, I'm trying to remember I wanna try to find my number three. Uh, can you search by set? Oh yeah, you can. Uh, there we go. Where is this?
Well, I don't want to take up too much time with you looking to find out your favorite card because they should be top of your head cards.
No,
Uh,
I mean Krenko's one. It's JJ. It's an art. It's. I don't remember the name of the card because it's an art. Uh,
so that's your favorite art of all time.
well, which also makes it part of one of my favorite. Oh, BFG from the original. What was
Oh,
that? Unhinged.
the
That
the
was
set.
the two cards you put them together. That was a cool one.
Okay.
Uh, oh, I also had from those sets. I had the Rod of Spanking. I thought that one was hilarious. Um, oh shit. Uh, Unworthy Dead was a really cool one for me from Urza Saga.
Okay.
That one, the skeleton, like I was really into dark shit when I was young. So that was a really cool
You're
one.
super edgy.
Yeah, of course. It's I never actually I don't think I ever played it in a deck. I just thought it was really really sick looking. I
Okay.
don't know if we want to bring that up or whatnot, but yeah, it, it's in our commander's colors, so you can bring it up. It's a black card.
Unworthy dead, right?
Dead from the Urza Saga printing. It's one in a black. It's a 1/1.
And it just
For a
regenerates.
yeah, it just regenerates. Oh,
Okay.
and the original regenerate with the elf that had the the magic flowing on its across its arms. That was a pretty cool one too. But all right, Pranko's got to be my favorite.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
sorry, I
no
get
problem.
there's so many. I don't like making choices because there was so like different eras of me playing determine like what it was, and each one still holds a lot of value. Chocolate Hops was really a beautiful art for me. I always wanted that as a poster. Just remember that when my birthday comes up, Jarvis.
I'll try. I'll try. Let's get back to our lands.
uh, shoot. See, you can't do this to me because I am very ADD,
I'm just gonna
and I
go and do
gotta,
this. Card
I,
type land.
yeah, yeah.
Bam.
Close. Ugh.
That makes
The
sense
problem.
here.
Oh, we need. We should grab a rogues passage,
Okay.
just so we can, make sure our commander can hit or something else can hit if we're making them bigger. Um, I wish we could. I wish we could get Balagidric recovery, but I don't. We
It's
won't have the
it's
budget for
almost
that.
$4.
I know. I'm looking at your screen right now. That's why I said I wish we could. So
Blighted Woodland. It's a colorless land that later on, when you no longer need it, you tap it to sacrifice for up to 2 basic lands.
but if you don't need it though, uh, would you really need the lands are going to fetch?
Well,
How
that's a
how
you
often is
call. I just
um
I just noticed it while scrolling through.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
Okay.
There's so many good utility lands. I mean, we could grab Bajuka Bog because that's a very good utility land.
Okay.
We can cut that one if it's a budget breaker. It's only a buck, but
Well, there is
uh,
one card that I want to bring
eh,
up to you about cutting later on once we get back there.
That's fine. I always end up with a bunch. What about Buried Ruin? We could return for 2. We could
Artifacts.
return target artifact from a graveyard to your hands. So if we
It,
get something,
it's 41 cents. My only question about that is, are there artifacts that you're going to care enough about?
how many artifacts are we running right now? And are any of them?
The ones that I might say you might want to worry about, Nettle Cyst and Cranial Plating would probably be your best ones.
Yeah,
Um, so we could add Buried Ruin, and if you don't like it, once we go
yeah.
back, that's when
We
we
could
could cut
always
it.
cut these because I just going back and forth. I'd rather add too many and then and then we could cut them from the
You
other
know, that's the
screen.
same way I build.
It's really hard because it's on your screen, not on my
Yep.
screen. I usually have multiple screens going when I'm doing this, so I don't have to bounce back and forth.
Me too. Me too.
Um, mm, let's see. Uh,
The Dark Moss Bridge, it's a tap land, but it's an artifact. And if we think we're going to use Nettle Cyst and Cranial Plating, it might make sense.
and we could fetch it back out of the. If it gets destroyed, we could refetch it.
Well, it's indestructible too.
That is true. We don't even need to worry about that. Um,
I'll add it.
yeah. Uh, we could totally pay for that one. That's like $268. That's well within our budget, right?
You mean Elephant Graveyard?
Yeah.
We could, but we're not going to. Do you want the Evolving Wilds of the world?
uh, do we need an evolving wilds? Your screen went blurry as crap on my screen. Um, uh, no, we don't need it.
Okay. I do always like to recommend Field of Ruin.
Yeah, we can grab Field of Ruin.
Okay.
What's Field of Ruin going for right
It's
now?
13 cents.
Yeah. For
Now,
some reason your stream is messed up on my Discord one is screwed up, so I can't read
okay.
anything. It's like all like purpley. There we go. It's back. Uh,
I'm just continuing to go through because trying to look for ones that don't come intact. Um,
hold on 1 second. Destroy.
what one are you trying to look at?
We could scroll up just a bit. One more line. Ghost Quarter. You could tap it for a colorless. You could tap and sacrifice Ghost Quarter, destroy target land. This controller may search your library for basic land.
Okay.
So if we're running into the issue, or I mean, on our side, if we're running into the issue where we only have like colorless, we could sack it and go grab colored mana that we need.
People never play Ghost Quarter that way. Look at you, big braining things.
I try not to play other people's stuff. Oh,
How do you feel about bounce lands?
I usually don't play them. They're kind of annoying, but we can.
I don't like them either, but
Like, are you talking about like Golgari Raw Farm or something?
I was
Like,
talking exactly about Golgari Raw Farm.
nah, I'm good,
Okay.
bud.
I'm
I
good
don't.
too. I just wanted to give you the option. Um, because of the cost of it, Hadra Mauling, it's 74 cents. Um, it also acts as removal.
But it costs one. Okay. Destroy target creature. I mean, we could just say a murder.
But this is an MDFC, so it's also a land.
Oh yeah, we could toss that in. That makes sense. Da, 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 da.
So we are playing stuff like like Farseek, which Farseek
Mhm.
you get something like Haunted Mire, which is the tapped dual land.
Oh, because there's a swap.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, yeah, we can grab that. Um, because it has the types that we need. That's the only reason why I would want to.
Okay.
Do we need a high market? Are we purposely stacking anything in this deck?
High market.
I don't think we are. We don't
No.
need a high market.
We don't need it as a sack outlet, just to gain life.
Yeah. Well, no, I should. Yeah, like I play it in Hoffrey to purposely sack something.
Yeah,
Like if I
but
don't have an outlet out.
our sack out. That's why, like, one of the when we get back to our main screen, you had Ashnod's Altar earlier, and I think that we probably could cut Ashnod's Altar.
Yeah, we could probably do that as well. Because we're trying to keep everything alive instead of trying to sack them for value.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how we were going when we were talking about that.
No problem.
Wait, stop. I mean, for protection in battle, we could maybe do like a Labyrinth of Scophos.
Okay.
I mean, it tasks for colorless. You pay 4, you can remove target attacking creature, blocking
It's a
creature
maze
from
of it.
combat. Yeah. Let's see. Scroll up a little bit. Oh, we already have one in deck. Never
Yep.
mind. Let's see. Woman of any color. Oh, scroll up. We could do something like Mirrodin's Core. Task for a colorless, or if you don't use that mana, you could tap it, put a charge counter on it, and then you can remove it to add mana of any color. It's a good budget. So
we could add this if you
Oh,
want to, but I think the card's awful.
Oh, never mind. You have to tap to remove one charge counter. It's
Yes.
limited to one charge counter. Never mind. If you could just remove charge counters to add mana, that would be a phenomenal card.
Yes.
Wait. Go up to. I know it's a tap land, but Mortuary Mire. What does that do?
When it enters the
when
battlefield, you put a creature card from graveyard on top of your library.
Oh, do I want that? Shit. All right. I kind of want that.
Okay.
I know it's a tap. Normally I wouldn't even look at it.
Do you like hideaway lands?
We could grab Mosswarp Bridge if that's what you're saying.
Okay.
Jesus, why are all the good ones so expensive?
That's why when people start investing in Magic, they start investing in the mana bases first.
Yeah. I wish I did that. I did not do that.
Path of Ancestry, it is a tap land.
But it's super cheap. Add one colors that didn't when the mana is spent to cast a creature. Commander.
Every time you cast your commander, you get to scry one.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
I guess. I'm really going against myself. I would never even consider Path of Ancestry in most decks. What about that Pelica Predation? Go up.
It is target opponent. It's a duress essentially.
Revisit.
It is also a tap land on the back.
It's only 8 cents. Let's put it in.
Okay.
Yeah. Rest is color. That's to it. Oh, make sure you have that Rogue's Passage. We need that.
Boop. I booped the Rogue's Passage.
I don't even know where we're at.
The card that I'm always a fan of adding is Scavenger Grounds. It is $1.17, but it exiles all graveyards.
Ooh. Yeah, we'll grab that one. We'll add it to match the bog. Better bog. See, we need I don't like filtering. Like Shimmering Grotto.
I don't like filtering either.
It's bad.
if I'm remembering correctly, we're kind of getting to the end where we might not find too much more.
Oh, go up.
Tainted Wood. Attacks are colorless, or it adds either.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that's a decent one because you have to own a swamp. We're gonna have a heavy swamp count.
yeah,
Um.
but you said go up. What
Oh.
do you want me to go up to?
Uh. I don't even remember. Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that Takanuma Abandoned Mire.
you can't
Go
afford
down.
it.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. Oh no, go scroll. Well, while we're on this line, Tangled Florahedron.
Okay, it's a mana dork or a land.
Yeah, which just covers 2 spots. Uh, scroll up. Oh, but there was another dual face that we had just passed. I don't know if it was good or not.
There's Temple Milady.
No.
We
That
didn't pass
was
any other ones recently.
yeah. Nah, go back down. Ignore whatever I said.
Okay,
Oh, just. Oh wait, there it is. Up, just like one more row. Tarian's Journal.
that's an artifact.
Another.
Uh,
Oh, it has a flip side. That was the symbol I saw.
yeah,
Uh, I don't think we really need that, do we?
no,
Yeah. Okay.
it is card draw, and it also can transform to a land.
Oh, Thespian Stage. That's this ability. No.
There's Twilight Mire, but it's a filter land.
No, no, I'm good on that one. Turn Timber Symbiosis, that'd be a different story. But Twilight Mire is also almost $6.
Yeah. Twists and Turns is a card that I've actually enjoyed playing from time to time in limited.
I've
That might
actually
be
never played.
good budget wise.
What does it flip into?
It flips into a land that has a ability that for 3 and a green, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library and reveal a
Mhm,
creature from among them and put that into your hand.
mhm. All right, yeah, we could try that.
It's an enchantment.
Ooh. Can we afford a Turn Timber Symbiosis?
We could add it and see. Might have to remove it.
Yeah, we probably will. I think we're pretty good on these, right? There's not much else.
I'm double checking.
We could always go Tron lands. They're cheap. I'm just kidding. Wait,
If
what's
we were
what?
going big mana, I would say yes, but we're not going big mana.
I mean, no, War Room's the
Woodland Cemetery is 3 mana though. Oh, 3 mana, $3. Oh well, 250 really. Um,
no, yeah, no.
so go
I
ahead and
was
stop.
looking at forget what it is.
So let's go and
Ooh, wait,
remove.
go back to Access Tunnel. Just go back one screen.
You want access tunnel?
Yeah. I want to look at it real quick. I don't know what it does exactly, but it looked like it was kind of like a road passage.
Only if your power is 3 or less. As
Our
soon as
commander is
you have 3 or more attractions, it doesn't work for your commander.
okay. Well, we'll get rid of that.
Okay,
I didn't
so
know what it did exactly.
we're at 52 lands.
We're definitely gonna have to clean up some of the lands too. So,
I know
um,
you want it to be at like, let's go. I would say let's cut 8 forests and like 7 swamps, go down to 10 and 10 for now.
okay.
Uh,
You can just hover over and hit Alt 2. They'll start ticking down. Make sure, yeah, there you go.
okay, so that
30.
took you down. That takes you down to 37.
That brings us to 99 cards.
You do
at
also
$56.
we did say we want to remove Ashnod's Altar, so let's remove that.
Okay.
Now lands. You're at 37 lands plus 5 MDFCs that you're playing.
Oh, so we can cut a few lands.
Now, do you want to cut more basics or do you want to cut non-basics?
Cut. We'll look at taps to possibly cut first.
We don't really. We have Bajuka Bog that taps, Dark Maz
Uh,
Bridge that
it,
taps.
uh, let's get rid of. Oh, well, I guess the Dark Moss doesn't really hit the budget too hard.
No.
Yeah, let's get rid of Dark Moss. Bajuka Bog is great. If somebody's playing graveyard strategy.
Then that comes in tapped. We also have Haunted Mire, but that is the Swamp Forest land.
We'll keep that one.
Then Mortuary Mire.
That's good recursion. When it enters, it does something on its entering phase.
Yeah.
Early in the game, it would suck to get that card, but we'll keep that one. It's only 16 cents in the budget.
Okay. Path of Ancestry.
Yeah, let's cut the path.
Mosswort Bridge.
That's a hideaway land. It kind of may play. Do we have any big baller creatures?
Not really. We only have for per 8 value. We have Hoarding Broodlord is the biggest one we have.
Mm-hmm.
Then other than that, and it's not just creatures, just anything. Pretty much everything. Mm-hmm. Everything on our deck is 5 mana or less, except we have 1 7-drop and 1 8-drop. And most of our stuff is 4 mana or less.
Sorry, Rich just came in the door. So I'll be quiet. What were you saying?
You only right now for your deck, you have 2 cards that are more than 5 mana, and more than 4 mana. You only have a total of 6 cards that are more than 4 mana.
Yeah, we need. We don't have a lot of. Let's knock our forests and swamps down to. They're about. Were we still split evenly?
Yes. And right now for mana production, 53. Right now, 53% of all of your symbols are black. 40%, 47% are green. For mana production, 53% are black. 48% are green. So right now you're at a good split there. That you should be okay.
Let's move forests and swamps down to 8 and 8.
Okay. So that puts you down to 31 lands with 5 MCFCs, so a total of 36 lands if you include the MDFCs.
Okay. We do have to cut some money out of the budget because we're already at 52.27 and we need 8 cards.
Yep.
Can we show the prices?
So I think what I want to do, I'll sort it by price. So this will.
Well, in the advanced tab, you could just show the prices. If you hit the advanced tab, you could go to the bottom. We could also look at mana costs. I like the mana costs so I can see visually what they are.
Heroic Intervention. Let me also do one other thing.
Heroic Intervention is probably gonna be cut. That's a $10 card.
I wanted to make sure everything's updated to the cheap. Wait a minute. How did it get more expensive when I updated to the cheapest?
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, we'll cut Heroic Intervention.
Yep.
And there you go.
All right. So we gotta have a budget again.
Now
we got $6 to make 9 cards.
You don't have any board wipes.
Yeah, we should look at cheap, effective board wipes. We're split pretty good. We can maybe grab an enchantment. We can't afford a Meat Hook Massacre though. We have room for a little bit of everything. Is there a black Gear Hulk? Like there's like the red.
There's a Gear Hulk of every color. The black one is Noxious Gear Hulk.
That's right. What does that one do? I forget.
When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy another target creature. If it's destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. So it's single target removal.
It's one. I don't mind it being in the creatures. Not as good as the other ones. Damn.
Let's do this.
What's the green? What's the
Destroy.
green? Gear Hulk.
I don't know, but let's destroy all creatures. We want
Oh, we have blood. That's kind of expensive.
it's 7 mana,
Oh,
yeah. Board wipes that are good aren't cheap, and board wipes that are cheap aren't good.
mm.
Coin Ritual is what you're thinking of, Darth. We'll look at that. I don't know if it'll fit into the budget though.
How much is that going for right now?
That's why I said after we look at this, we'll look at that. I'm not sure.
Can't afford damnation.
We cannot afford Damnation. Decree of Pain is a fun one, and it also draws you cards. It is 8 mana, but but it also has a cycle ability to keep everything -2/-2 instead, which your commander is
Oh
a 2
man,
4,
I wait. What's that? Destroy all creatures that can.
and it's 16 cents.
But that's an 8 drop.
It is,
That's.
but when it
I feel like
resolves, it feels fantastic.
we could try. Yeah. Let's just put that in. I'm not sure. I love that one. I want to do something funny like do or die, but that's way too expensive. Uh,
I'm just looking.
hold,
Yeah.
go up one row, please. Force March. Destroy all creatures with converted mana cost X or less. That is funny, but that could get expensive. Well, actually, it's commander. If we're playing high powered, lower creatures.
For
Okay,
according to Darth, the Green Gear Hulk is Verdant Green Hulk, and it adds +1/+1 counters.
doesn't seem that bad either.
If you want another expensive board wipe, in Garrick's Wake.
Okay, and Garrick's Wake. If we're gonna go, yeah, that's a good one. Like
Because
that
you don't
one.
need a lot of board wipes, you just didn't have any.
Yeah.
And those two, they're expensive, but that's probably they're expensive with upside.
Ooh, calling ritual, kill all your attractions. I don't know if that's a good thing to do.
It
Want to
would
keep
kill
all
your
my stuff?
attractions. I don't even know if it will fit into the budget. Because I think it's like $4. Oh no, it's actually 57 cents. How come I thought it was more? So
Looks like
Coin
it. Let's
Ritual
get.
is 2 black and a green. Destroy all permanents with mana value 3 or less, and you get to create mana equal to the number of permanents destroyed this way.
What about thrilling encore?
They do. Let me go and put it by name again. By name. That's an instant. Oh, that after a board wipe, this gets you all. You can put all creature onto the battlefield under your control. All creature cards that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah, I do like culling ritual. It could be good if we need to just start over.
I like Coin Ritual a lot. We'll add it. It
Yeah, I said, oops, not thrilling encore.
so that'll remove Throwing Encore.
I was thinking the one standing, but that's Rakdos. Okay.
So you have 5 more cards to add. You now have 2 board wipes. Only other thing I would think of, you don't have any targeted artifact or enchantment removal. I don't know if you care about that or not.
Mm.
And there's something else I thought of. We just died to it. Well, I just died to it. It's 32 cents.
What's it called?
Endray's Forerunners. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. It's a mini Craterhoof.
Oh, yeah, we could do that because we can't afford Crater Hoof.
Yeah. I know you don't have a ton of creatures, but that still could be a way to end it. But you don't have any artifact or enchantment removal.
Mm.
You don't have a ton of single target removal in general, but I don't know how much that matters to you.
Uh, I'm just trying to look at different things. I'm using MTG Assist again,
Okay.
just because I'm trying to look for something. So, do we have enough budget for the was it the Bounty Hunter?
Bounty Hunter is a $5 card.
That is too expensive.
Oh, I know why it. Give me a minute. We could get it cheaper. You have 4482 is what your total is. I know why it went more expensive. When I updated it to cheapest, they got rid of the cheapest version of Phyrexian Arena because they got rid of the Phyrexian version of it. Makes no sense to me, but whatever.
All right, so we're still at $6.
Yeah, and you have 4 cards to add.
I am.
Do you want like a Crossing Grip to destroy artifact or enchantment?
Yeah, we could do that.
The other thing, do you want to play your Fogs kids?
Heck yeah. I
So
died of Fox.
you have Fog itself, which is 13 cents. Then you
Yeah,
also
and
have Darkness.
what about the frog?
Darkness is 233, so I don't know if you want to play that. You want Spore Frog?
Spore frog.
Okay. If you want to play Darkness, I'll fit into your budget and you'll be at 100 cards.
What's darkness exactly?
It's a Black Fog.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. It's Black Fog.
Yep, let's do that.
So I want to let you know now. You are out of budget if we would have made you pay for your attractions, but not by much. You're only you're at like 41 and you're like at 41 and change.
Nice.
So I mean 51 and change if we would have made you pay for your attractions, but I was not making you do that. Spring Cleaning, is that a card, Darth, or are you just naming what you're doing? Spring Cleaning, what does that do? It's a card. Destroy target enchantment, clash with an opponent. If you would Darth,
How do you clash?
clash is each player reveals the top card of their library. If you win the
So
if you win the clash, and that card goes on the bottom. If you win it, you get a reward for it, and for that one, it's destroy all enchantments your opponent's control. Darth,
okay.
If it wasn't for how low his mana value of his deck is, I would be on board with Spring Cleaning. The problem with his deck
I like
is
how fun it sounds.
he only has 9 cards that are more than 4 mana in his deck. So more often than not, he will probably lose the clash. Now, if you like how fun it sounds, we could keep it in there.
Oh, that's right. We don't have big boys.
We would just have to remove another card.
Well, the only logical thing to do is remove a land.
We are not removing. I don't want to say we're not removing a land. It's your deck, but I do not recommend removing a land.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. Dang it. No, but that is a cool one. That's right. I don't have any big boys like it, and Stompy Dinos is pretty popular right now, so it might not be the greatest. If I built a Dinos deck though, that sounds like a really cool card. What happens if you both draw like one draws a land, one draws an enchantment? Do you draw again
Well,
until
it's
you get
not.
creatures?
No. It's until you both. It's whenever you reveal a card. And let's bring up Spring Cleaning again because that has the rules text for.
He still gets the value from just destroying the one card. The clash is just bonus.
Yeah, each player Clash reveals the top part of the library and puts that card on top of the library. If a player wins his or her, if a player wins if his or her card had a higher converted mana cost. So if when you
Oh, just
if
mana cost. Yeah.
so if
Okay.
when you clash, you tie, nothing happens. If they win, nothing extra happens. If you win, you destroy all their enchantments.
Oh, so there's no negative.
There's
So
no
that's
negative.
cool. Uh,
So it's a 2 mana destroy targeted enchantment. There's no flexibility to it. Is the only problem. Because it's only enchantment. It doesn't hit anything else.
I'm gonna slot that in a different deck.
Okay,
I
take
do
it out of
like that
here.
card. I never even. Yeah, let's take it out for now.
Oh,
I do appreciate that. I like the weird stuff like that.
there's one other card that I wanted to look at because I'd never even thought of it.
Assassin's Trophy.
Oh, never mind. It's $7.30.
That was one of the first ones. I was looking at my other deck. I was trying to look for budget options,
Okay.
but I did not build the other deck even close to being a budget deck.
So, are there any other changes you want to make to this, or do you want to leave it as is?
Uh, I mean, we got creatures to stay to be able to go wide support. Uh, we got ways to protect our commander. We have ways to make our commander big. Uh, we can go tall or go wide. So I think we're okay.
Okay.
We got a little bit of recursion. We got a little bit of card draw, and we got a little bit of removal. Well, we got fogs for protection. I think we're in pretty good shape. I think if I run the deck, I'll have to refine my attraction deck. But other than
Yeah.
that, I'm gonna assume like Hall of Mirrors is good because and Haunted House because they're and Merry Go Round are good because they're like the only ones that are more than 10 cents. Oh, and Swinging Ship.
Could be.
Oh, Storybook Road. There's a few. There's like
So,
5 cards in here.
the last question I have: if you weren't forced into these restrictions, would you ever build a deck like this?
No, absolutely not because I just uncards for me have always been like a limited set. Making some of them legal is a weird move. I don't think it's necessarily a bad move, but I'm an old man. That's also why I had a lot of hard time getting on board with Universes Beyond because I'm a crotchety old man. But I've come around a little bit on that. Who knows? Maybe I'll come around on this. I'm actually thinking about building this and just trying to play it.
Okay.
Um, I don't think it's going to be a super strong deck or quick deck by any means, but it could be fun.
Could be a fun
Um,
deck.
I feel like the largest weakness is probably our commander overall.
Yeah.
But
I will
um,
say, your three options for commanders did not light the world on fire.
I mean, Madomi, or what is it? Is that how you say her name? The Sphinx.
Yeah.
Sphinx could. The only reason why I didn't pick that one is because um, I knew like I built a lot of white decks. I know that one could be super cheap and still be super strong. Um, but I was like, it's wheel and deal. When I first saw the Spinnerette, before I even read the text, I was like, oh, I want to build all spiders. I want to do the reach things. But yeah, this is obviously different. But open an attraction. It could be a fun side thing. We'll give it a whirl, see what happens.
You mean like a tilt-a-whirl?
Yeah, yeah.
See,
Make sure
see,
you send me this link.
see what you did. See what I
For
did
the
there.
yes.
What my plan is to do is my plan is to go and put it into its own folder and also make a tag for it to make it easier for you to find. But I will send you the link as well. Do you want to
Yeah.
give this a fun name, or do you want to leave it as it
Ooh.
is?
Ooh. Ooh, we could call it like take a spin on the tilt whirl.
Okay.
just all the legs. Well,
Okay.
yeah, let's take
And
out the world. Jibber jabber with Jarvis.
no, with Captain Awesome Sauce. Of course, it's with babies. It's there, but with that all being said,
Garth, I'm
remind
going to be
every.
honest. I knew nothing about Clash at all.
I've known Clash before. Most of the time that I have run into Clash, it has been in the unfair way to play Clash, or the
What's the unfair way?
or there's people who played in big mana decks uh to go and like cheat to win. The most one if I remember correctly, there's the extra turns card, the extra turns artifact. Can't think of the name of it. I think that's the Clash mechanic. Um, Darth would probably know the name of it, but it's at the beginning of turn, every player reveals the top card of their library, and whoever reveals the highest mana value takes an extra gets the next turn. So it completely warps turn order.
I mean, it's a risk you take when you play big stuff too.
Yeah.
So I guess it could even
Time
it out because
Sifter,
a lot
that's
of
right, Darth.
yeah, that's right. Because if you're playing more high powered, I don't think it's overpowered. It does. It does feel bad when somebody just starts popping off with a bunch of extra turns.
Yeah, so Time Sifter isn't truly Clash, but it's very much like Clash. Um, but we finished your deck. We have 100 cards that are less than $50 underneath the commander we chose.
And it looks like most of them work together too. So
Yeah,
it doesn't look. It's not a deck I'd probably ever build, but I am going to build it
sweet.
and try to play it with you. Especially if we're playing like budget decks, tech decks. I hope you do more of these because I'm not a great builder. I would like to see how other people do building because if I was the only one in charge of doing this, we'd be here for hours because I go on tangents and then I have to sort like 200 cards I've put up for certain ideas. But um, narrowing it down to budgets is
Helped you out.
very very cool. Yeah, it's kind of hard these days to do a $25 budget. I used to love building $25 budget decks, but it's getting harder and harder to reach that without building super janky decks. I want something that's functional, you know what I mean?
Oh, definitely.
And Spinnerette, I can always swap out, I feel, for a different commander.
Yeah, if you wanted
And
to keep the attractions, the most dangerous gamer is the attractions commander.
that was another reason why I wanted to add him. Because then I could swap them and I could try and make the deck more cohesive.
Yep. Um,
Um,
but with all of that being said, I really do appreciate you joining me. Remind everyone again about who you are and where to find you.
I'm Batman. Oh wait, I'm Batman. Sorry. No, I'm Captain Awesome Sauce. Sometimes I post on Pass the Turn MTG on YouTube. Um, but other than that, usually I hang out. I guest on streams. You'll catch me a lot on Jarvis's stream when he needs somebody, or sometimes I'll hop over to Russ's stream. But I've got to get better at pushing a online presence other than that. But this was super fun. I'm hoping maybe to do this again, hopefully with a less weird commander, maybe something more in my wheelhouse. But uh, who knows? Golgari is not my strongest suit. I just built my first. Well, not my first. It's my second Golgari deck, other than these to start playing. But it's not my comfort zone for sure. It's not where I usually live. So that's pretty much it.
Sounds great.